Well, hey everyone, welcome back to KitchenTableTCG and our Tales of Aria mini-series of deck tech videos covering the Blitz decks just released from Legend Story Studios' game Flesh and Blood. In this rapid-fire series, we're going to look at what makes each hero tick right outside of the box and cover a few new mechanics introduced in this set. In this video, we're going to take a look at Lexi, an Elemental Ranger hero. When deck building, she is able to use Ranger, Elemental Ranger, Generic, Elemental, Ice, and Lightning cards. She's a lively hero that brings together the essence of lightning and ice. With her lightning side, she can stretch turns wider and punish her opponents with the hit triggers from her dominated elemental arrow attacks. Or she can slow down and disrupt her opponents by leveraging with her ice side. Combining a little bit of both can continuously keep other heroes on their heels depending on which style best suits the matchup. Let's dig in further by first covering her dynamic hero ability. Once per turn action, turn face down card in your arsenal face up. If it's a lightning card, your next attack gains go again. If it's an ice card, create a frostbite token under the target hero's control. Go again. Let's quickly take a look at a newly introduced term, frostbite. Frostbite tokens are elemental token auras that slow down and throw a wrench in your opponent's plans. They read, cards and activated abilities you control cost an additional resource. At the beginning of your end phase, or when you play a card or activated ability, destroy Frostbite. You will gain advantage by slowing your opponents down when you give them these tokens. When you're playing as Lexi, you're going to want to maximize your effectiveness by correctly sequencing your attacks to get the most benefit from her equipment or arrow attacks. When you're able to string together the right order of play, you can cash in on her hero ability, speeding you up or slowing down your opponent. If you're able to couple her hero ability with the effect that her weapon Shiver has to offer, you will start to really realize her effectiveness. Something that's really important to understand when attempting to build these impactful turns is that it will usually take a full hand of 4 and a card in the arsenal, maybe multiple arsenal. Let's take a look at a turn that could happen if you're able to sequence the right cards together. In this example, we'll be highlighting Lexi's lightning side. Here's the setup. In your hand, you have a red Frazzle, a red Dazzling Crescendo, a red Weave Lightning, and a red Entwined Lightning. In your arsenal, you also have your 5th red card, an Electrify. We're going to start off the turn by activating Lexi's once per turn hero ability. We'll reveal an Electrify that we put into our arsenal last turn. We'll then give our next attack this turn go again. Since we're holding a handful of red pitch cards and don't have enough resources, we're going to use our chest equipment, Deep Blue, in order to put a card from our hand on the bottom of our deck to gain 3 resources. In this instance, we're going to target Dazzling Crescendo to put from our hand on the bottom of our deck. Once we have our 3 resources from Deep Blue, we're going to play Electrify from the arsenal using one of our resources. This will give the next attack that hits a hero this turn a buff dealing 3 damage to them. And because we played it from our arsenal, we're going to draw a card, drawing into a Bolt and Shot. From here, we're going to use our Honing Hood. This is our head equipment. When destroyed, it allows us to return all cards from our arsenal to our hand, which happens to be 0 cards, in order to put a card, which will be Frazzle, into our arsenal. We will then fire off Frazzle at our opponent, and we will lightning fuse it by paying the additional cost of revealing a card. Fusing is a new mechanic introduced in Tales of Aria. The additional cost of fusing means we will have to reveal a lightning card from our hand in order to activate its additional effect. When we fuse Frazzle, it will give all of our attacks this turn. Whenever an attack would deal damage, instead it deals that much damage plus 1. This attack will now be coming in for 5 damage with 2 additional damage buffs, one from its own effect and another from Electrify, and Go Again from Lexi's ability. This sets the tone and really puts pressure on the opposing hero for the entire turn. Once the attack resolves, we will then activate our bow Shiver, that has a once per turn instant ability of paying 1 resource to put an arrow card from our hand face up into an empty arsenal slot that we control. If we do, we get to select one of 2 options. We can give it +1 power to the arrow that we loaded in, or we can give it Dominate. We will then use our last remaining resource in order to load Bolt and Shot from our hand into our arsenal. We will then be choosing the +1 power option on Shiver to pump up the Bolt and Shot. When we do this, we will turn on Bolt and Shot's card ability and will gain Go Again, and if it hits, reload. Then we will fire off Bolt and Shots at our opponent for 5 damage with Go Again. Keeping in mind, it also has the additional effect from Frazzle. If it deals damage, it will deal that much damage plus 1. After this, we're going to play Weave Lightning, which happened to be my Tales of Aria spoiler card. We will play it from our hand, and this is a 0-cost lightning action card that gives the next lightning or elemental action card +3 power, and if it's fused, it'll give it go again. For this example, we will only be utilizing the +3 power buff. We will follow that up with our last attack for the turn by attacking with Entwined Lightning from hand. Since it's not an arrow attack, we do not have to play this one from the arsenal. This is a 0-cost elemental action. This will be attacking for a total of 7 damage. This attack will also receive the same buff as all of our other previous attacks this turn. If it deals damage, it will deal that much +1. Something important to keep in mind is taking advantage of our new lightning equipment arms, Mark of Lightning. This is a critical threat which says whenever a lightning or elemental attacker you control is defended by a card from hand, you may destroy Mark of Lightning. If you do, the attack deals 1 damage to the defending hero. This is a critical threat that our opponent must respect for this turn, and if they were to have blocked any of our attacks from hand, we would be able to push through this damage when needed. In review of our electrifying turn, we have attacked for 17 damage, but with our on-hit triggers, we have presented a massive 23 damage turn if left unblocked. Although we just went over what an amped up turn might look like, these are not to be expected every game. Lexi does have some challenges that she faces from the other heroes. Let's take a quick example facing the other heroes from Tales of Aria. When facing off with Oldhim, we have to be careful of his impenetrable defense and look to use big dominated arrow attacks to get over his blocks. His defense reaction hero ability can really stifle go wide turns, so make sure you plan strategically. Look to use your bow's instant ability to prevent him from stripping a card from your hand if he tries. With Briar, we want to disrupt her hand and turn, because when she is left with a full set of cards, she can present some devastating damage. We will also have to be cautious in the lower life range due to her threat of arcane damage. Lexi wants to lean into taking the offensive approach to most matchups because she is not designed to be a great defender. In order to do this, she can leverage her Go Again ability, or she can offensively take a hold of the match by rattling her opponent with ice effects. This means that she won't be as effective if she's backed into a position where she's left no choice but to defend. When opponents are able to strip cards from her hand, she will not have the ability to make impactful plays. Heroes that are able to make good tempo swing plays and counterpunch well will make things uncomfortable for Lexi. She is poised to become the premier ranger of choice for many players. She has a very versatile playstyle as well as many deck building choices. She can go all out on the offensive with her lightning abilities or play a much more controlling game plan with her bitter ice effects. A key piece to her success will be her access to dominate her impactful on-hit arrow triggers with her new bow, Shiver. She is a great addition to the Heroes of Flesh and Blood and will be a force to be reckoned with. Watch out for Lexi to light it up. Well, hey, thank you so much for watching this video. If you're looking for a place to play and enjoy some amazing conversations with members of the Flesh and Blood community, head on over to patreon.com/KitchenTableTCG to support the channel and get access to the Discord server, armory events, as well as the collection tracker and the box and case breaks. Thanks so much for being a viewer on this channel. You're really making my dream come true. Remember to check out the other hero deck tech videos, and also make sure you remember to be kind to the people around you.